Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Patch Day Friday. I am once again joined by Bitfrost. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me again. Always nice to be on the show.
It's always nice to have you. Ali Salari today is just going to be directing due to reasons. You can hear him in the background. In fact, he might be coughing a few times, so let's play a game today. Count how many times Ali Salari coughed today off screen. Uh, but And while we're getting that underway, we're gonna start immediately. So let's get into it. Last time you were here, we talked about Game of the Year. This time we're gonna talk about Game of the Year. Unfortunately, we have no baguette. Uh, so Monsieur Baguette has unfortunately passed away.
They aren't feeding me today.
Yeah, nobody's feeding you today. So yeah, let's just get into it. Last time, of course, we talked about E33 and how they sweep the Golden Joystick Awards. Guess who did the same thing this time?
Was it Arc Raiders?
Mm, Well, much to Shroud's interest, let's put it nicely. No, it was not Arc Raiders, but we will get to them in a bit. So, E33, Exhibition 33, has
Expedition.
just Expedition 33. I don't have the game. He does. Although I assume every French person right now is going to come at me. To which I'd say, bring it on, you French people.
Expedition.
Anyway, so just like last week, we're going to talk about the game a little bit because I believe last time we pretty much covered most of what is there to talk about the game. But yeah, so the game won Game of the Year award. What do you think of that?
Controversial decision.
Yeah.
No, not really. It deserves everything.
Okay. Yeah, so obviously everything about the game you claimed was almost perfect. So just give us your thoughts again about how the game was and whether it deserved the award.
Okay, so a little background on the game. Uh, it's the developer's first game. The studio's first game. So it's technically an indie title. It's their debut title, and it was announced last year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And it had a reveal trailer, which gave off elements of real, like it uses a very realistic graphic style, but gameplay wise, it has elements of like an open world game, but as well, but combat wise, a turn based game, sort of like the Persona series. And from there, I realized, okay, I want to play this game. It looks really fun. And as soon as the game came out, I immediately went, bought the game, came back home, popped in the CD, played the game. From start to finish, it was very difficult to put down. It was amazing from the start. It really draws you in with the story, the artwork, the music, the voice acting. Everything about it was just very well done. There are some criticisms of the game, I'm not going to lie, but not enough to take it out of Game of the Year, in my opinion.
Okay. Funny thing is, we didn't really discuss the criticism, so why don't we just get through them quickly? What sort of criticism did the game have, and do you think they are justified?
Some people I've heard complain about the lack of a minimap. I think that this is a design choice, by the way, not having a minimap in the game or not having a map for the different zones, because they want you to focus on the world itself, on what you see in front of you rather than a map. Because if you're exploring and you see a mini map, you basically just go around and you have your eyes glued to the mini map to see, make sure that you've explored every nook and cranny of every zone. But if you have no map, you have to rely on your own sense of direction. Some people have that worse than others, so that might be one discomfort.
Some people are actual live Zoros.
Yes, if you know anything about One Piece, Zoro has a very bad sense of direction. So, to be fair, Zoro would get lost even with a map. So yeah, that's one criticism they've had. Another criticism I would say, my personal criticism of the game, is that it does not have very good mini games.
My only criticism would be it made me like French people a bit more than usual.
Yeah, the game did the impossible, didn't it?
It did.
Uh, but yeah, the whole no minimap thing it's interesting because usually when I play, I'm only glued to the minimap if I'm trying to get from one location to another.
Yeah, and
So
that's what they want to avoid. They want you to take in the world around you and explore based on what you can see. And there are pros and cons to that because sometimes a path looks like it's an actual path, but it's not really a path. So you just end up getting walled, and then you go back and you have to backtrack and whatever. There is not a lot of backtracking story wise, but for like side content and exploration, you might want to backtrack a bit. And without a minimap, it can be difficult to keep track. On top of that, different zones have different like some zones would have like collectibles in them or unique enemies that you want to beat, but you cannot beat at this time, so you have to go and come back later to beat them. There is no counter on the progression of each zone, so you are never 100% sure that you explored every nook and cranny of a zone, defeated every enemy, and collected all the collectibles in each zone. So there is that. One last criticism I have of the game is it's something very specific to the mechanics, so you might not understand this. But there are certain equipment, I would say, that they're called pictos in the game, and they have a level to them. So each picto has a level, and then later on you can get the same picto at a higher level. But this is completely RNG on when you can get an upgraded version of a picto that you already have. I personally believe that there was initially a way to upgrade them in the game, but it was scrapped out last minute. And I have reason to believe that based on dialogue that happened in the game, but I can't get into that details if you haven't played it.
okay. So what do you say to people who didn't play the game,
Play
but
it.
they are put off by the prospect of having a dodge parry mechanic inside a turn-based game?
I think the dodge parry mechanic is a really nice way of keeping players engaged for a turn-based game, because turn-based games are known to be very grindy. They're known to be like, and eventually many turn-based games end up becoming stat checks. So you play like Persona, you play Digimon, you can try grinding till you reach a power level that you can go to a new area and you just like power through every enemy. You don't have to worry about mechanics. Just mindlessly keep pressing X, 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 X. Oh, use this ability. X, X, X. Elemental weakness. X, X. But with Expedition 33, they add a level of skill with the dodge parry that allows you to beat enemies that are normally higher level than you. On top of that, it allows the developers more freedom in developing enemies themselves. So a lot of enemies will do absurdly high amount of damage, but that damage is very avoidable if you know how to dodge and parry.
Okay.
And basically the idea is it's more optimal to use your parry, but the timing for parry is really strict, and that's what dodge is there for. Dodge is there for people who want an easier version of the parry. It's less rewarding than a parry, but it gets the job done just the same. Allows you to take on higher level enemies as well.
Right. Yeah. So I've seen a lot of people online basically say they're struggling with the game because of the dodge and parry mechanic. Yeah, especially people they're not very good with rhythm games. It's normal. Some people just cannot get into it. Do you think that's going to put off some people from playing the game?
Definitely. Definitely it's going to put off some people, but at the end of the day, it matters. What it comes down to is, do you want to experience the story? Do you want to experience the rest of the game? If the combat is not for you, I can understand why you wouldn't want to play it. But if you're truly interested in the game, truly interested in the story, the characters, the world, and you like the design and the gameplay, but you're just put off by the dodge parry mechanic specifically because you have difficulty with it, you have two options, I would say. Number one is to lower the difficulty. There is a story mode difficulty that makes the dodge and parry window larger. So you can basically have an easier time with the game. It's meant to be more accessible that way. And it's from what I'm told, it's very easy to get into the story mode difficulty. Second thing you can do is get good.
Okay. So there are people who are obviously trophy hunters. there are some games which locked trophies behind difficulties. Do you have any idea if this is one of those games?
I played the game on PlayStation, so I don't know about the Steam and Xbox versions of it, but there was no difficulty lock on trophies.
Usually, they tend to be the same, more or less the same in all consoles, in all platforms. So,
I would think so. I mean, I platinumed the game. I platinumed the game, so I can tell you that there's no there's no difficulty lock trophy.
okay, so
And there are no missable trophies as well, from what I remember. You can go through the game and backtrack and collect the stuff that you missed.
all right. So yeah, that's the good news for you guys who want to platinum the game, but think you might have to do a difficulty trophy. You do not have to do it. I can actually say from experience that there are games where basically the game thing forces you to do a high difficulty in order to get the trophy, and as a result, I've been put off from playing those games, especially since I don't have the time to sit there and try the same things over and over again in high difficulty. So I do appreciate it. I believe the last difficulty trophy I got was Dragon Age Inquisition. That was a few years ago during COVID, so I had all the time in the world to work on it.
No, personally, when I see that a game has difficulty-based trophies, it immediately puts me off from trophy hunting. It's just my personal thing. I just don't care about, especially if they tell you to beat the game on ultra hard difficulty, for example. But ultra hard difficulty is not available off the start. You need to finish the game once first, and then play ultra hard difficulty for a second playthrough. I'm like, nah, it's artificial gameplay. You're just increasing the number of hours people have to put into the game artificially without putting the extra work. Like if you have a new game plus, by the way, Expedition 33 does have a new game plus, but new game plus is not required for the platinum.
Okay. Yeah, that's another thing actually. So if the new game plus is a requirement of the platinum trophy, I tend to not want to do it because I want to choose myself how many times I play the game.
Yeah, exactly. It's just artificial playtime.
Yeah, if the game is short and sweet, I don't mind going through it again and again. Like the last time I believe I've had to do a trophy where I had to play levels again and again. It was one of the Lego games, so obviously each level lasts like 2-3 minutes, so you can go through it easily. That's not really an issue. But yeah, games like especially narrative games that are 40, 50 hours long, and you want them to go through all of this again, then yeah, that tends to put me off. Okay, I think we're moving a bit too much towards trophy hunting, but yeah, I'll just gonna conclude by saying this: I tend to love trophy hunting in games where the trophies are creative. So at least they're funny. There's a proper reward for doing them.
And I just don't like trophies that are like get 10 million gold or collect all the tokens or collect all the stars or collect all this, explore the entire map. These are generic stuff that we're going to want to do anyways along the way.
Yeah.
I like some trophies. I like trophies or achievements that are like complete this battle without taking without taking damage, or defeat this enemy without using this skill or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's an actual challenge.
Yeah. Yeah. Looking at you, Ubisoft. Yeah. Anyway, so
Anyways.
let's just continue. Let's just move on to Game of the
Speaking
Year
of
again.
trophies,
Yeah.
how many trophies did Expedition 33 win at the Game Awards?
Well, we'll go through that one by one, and you tell me if it's worth it or not. First of all, is the biggest one Game of the
Yes.
Year. Well, second best game direction.
Best game direction. Here's my problem with this. What is game direction?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it sounds like a very vague
It
term.
is a very vague term, and it confused me as well. Like,
Well, yeah. So I guess we can move on to the next one. Best narrative, self-explanatory.
best narrative. I think, yeah, it's really... The story is very well presented. It shows on how...
Creative vision and innovative design in gaming.
Okay, I can see that. It's a very creative design, very well designed game creatively. And the entire premise of the game is all about art. So, without spoiling too much of the game, there is a lot of artistic themes in the game. The title of the game itself, Clair Obscur, is from what I read, it's a French term that means light and dark, and it's a term that's used in painting specifically as a way to highlight the contrast between light and dark themes in a painting. So that's the title. From the title alone, it already starts with talking about art and how artistic they want the game to look.
Yeah, it's convenient that you mentioned art because it also won Best Art Direction.
Yes, definitely. It's all about art. There's a lot of I'll just say the world is very creatively designed. They do a good job of creating a world. It's based on nothing that I can ever see. Like the parts of the world you can see are based on like Paris, for example. Like you have the Eiffel Tower in the background and stuff like that. But it's not actually Paris. It's called Lumiere. And then there's the greater world, which I don't remember if there's a name for it. But yeah, even the enemies are very creatively designed. Every enemy has a very specific, not very specific. They have a variety of designs and like ways of attacking based on what they have available on their bodies. Like some of them would attack with there's some of enemies that would attack with weapons. Some would attack with like detached limbs. Some will attack with like fire or ice, alternating fire and ice. There are those kind of enemies. Because a lot of the combat is based around parrying and dodging.
Okay.
A lot of the enemy attacks also have a lot to do with like being very scripted, or not scripted, sorry, very telegraphed in certain ways so that you know how to dodge and parry each attack. And you have to learn each and every attack pattern for the enemies.
Okay. We talked about this last time. Best score and music.
Very, very easily. Yes, they have the best music. Like, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of games that were nominated for best music that have really good music as well. But Expedition 33 deserves it very well. I think the composer was Laurent Tossard. If I'm not butchering his name, he's French. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I read that he was a independent musician that they discovered on SoundCloud.
Yes.
Okay.
And they brought him on.
SoundCloud, like, it was a very big mistake they found.
Yeah, it was a very big. Yeah, it was a big coincidence that they found him and they brought him on, and he basically designed the entire soundtrack, and he did a fantastic job. Like, this guy will get a lot of work from here on out.
Okay, I mean, good for him. Best performance went to Jennifer English.
Yeah, deserved. I think that there were a lot of good. So the cast itself is very stacked. There's a lot of very strong talent in the cast, but Jennifer English does stand out. And to be honest, like from the characters or the voice actors that were nominated for best performance, you had Jennifer English from Expedition 33. You had Ben Starr, also from Expedition 33. He did a fantastic job as well. If I remember correctly, Troy Baker was also nominated for Indiana Jones. And I think that he did a great job with Indiana Jones. Like, if you've ever not necessarily played, but seen gameplay of Indiana Jones, or if you watch the old Indiana Jones movies, did you watch the old Indiana Jones movies?
I've watched the old ones, yeah.
Okay, so
Not
you
the
know,
new ones.
so if I don't know if you remember the way Harrison Ford spoke during those movies,
Kinda, yeah.
how his voice was. Troy Baker copies Harrison Ford's voice almost perfectly, to the point that if I remember reading that when Harrison Ford heard audio from the game, he was like, I don't remember voicing this. Like, Troy Baker did a fantastic job. But again, Jennifer English does deserve it for this, for Expedition 33. And there's the meme going around that if you want your game to win Game of the Year, hire Jennifer English. This is the third game that she's worked in that won Game of the Year, after Elden Ring and Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll put both of these together. Best independent game and best debut indie game.
I think it's pretty straightforward, right? Like, if you win Game of the Year and you're an indie game and you're the debut title, you deserve the other two, right?
There was a controversy that the fact that they raised 10 million and they brought it up. Like, can it truly be an indie game if it was able to raise 10 million?
I remember that comment, and the answer is I think so. Like, what's the definition of an indie game? Like, does budget matter? Like, what if you have like a rich investor who decides who believes in your vision and gives you the money to create your game?
I do believe that maybe in the future they should set out a budget limit to what describes an indie game.
Should there be? Because at the end of the day, they are an independent studio.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind, uh, when it comes to indie games, like what are the other nominations for best
Silk
indie
Song.
game? Silk Song.
Yeah.
Like Silk Song comes from an established studio as well,
Sure.
right? They're an independent studio, yes, but they already had a blockbuster game already in Hollow Knight. Hades as well. I think Hades 2 was nominated for best indie. And Supergiant Games. Hades 2 is a fantastic game, yes, but Supergiant Games already has like a large portfolio of games. Even Hades 1 was already a really good game. There was Transistor, Bastion, which are already great games. So it's not like this is their first rodeo.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's where the debate comes from. Like,
And if
at
I'm not
what
mistaken,
point do you cut off the indie dev moniker?
if I'm not mistaken, like I don't have the stats on this, but I believe I read somewhere that Hades 2 had a larger budget than Expedition 33.
It did.
It did have a larger budget. So then, is Hades 2 not an indie game?
Yeah, I
I
guess.
think just like people were just giving Expedition just a lot of flack.
Yeah, when something becomes popular and starts winning everything, obviously people are gonna start hating on it for
Like
no
even the
reason.
dev for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was giving Expedition 33 a lot of flack. They're like, oh, they stole it from us. I'm like, okay, like your game is great, but not as good as.
Yeah, talk about good sportsmanship, you know?
Yeah.
There was a comment in response to that,
Okay.
where people were complaining, is Expedition 33 really an indie game? There was one guy who posted a Reddit post from, I think it was 5 years ago, where the head developer of Expedition 33 actually made a request on Reddit asking for voice actors for the demo of their game that they want to that they want to show off to investors. So they actually like had to go to Reddit to look for not their final voice actors, but just like sample voice actors for their game, for some clips that they already had recorded in the game, so that they can show off as a part of their sales pitch to investors. So it just shows that they actually had to start from scratch. They didn't have the contacts to get like the big voice actors until much later.
Yes.
All right. So the last award that they won was Best RPG.
Well, yeah, it's an RPG. When it comes to best RPG, I just have to say one thing though. Expedition 33 deserved to win. There's no question about that. I'm just a bit disappointed that Digimon was not nominated.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think that was a bit of an oversight. I think Digimon, E33 deserved to win. I think Digimon should have at least been nominated for it.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think it's just how it is in general. Like these kind of games are not taken seriously. Yeah, by the community, by not the community, by the people who give out these awards. Yeah, they just look at it as just another cartoony anime title, perhaps.
I mean, it's also a marketing thing. Like Game Awards and other award ceremonies is pretty much just marketing for a lot of these companies. So it's about which games are the ones that look best on their screen. You know, like we want to show off Expedition 33. We want to show off like Battlefield. We want to show off like whatever game Kojima has coming up next, or well, Death Stranding. There's that.
Well, yeah.
They want to show off these games. These are the titles that they want to show on their screen. They don't want to show Digimon.
Well, unfortunately, there's always going to be that stigma. So, yeah. But speaking of Battlefield, we're moving on from E33. Battlefield actually won Best Audio Design. Have you or has the director played Battlefield?
I have Battlefield 6.
What do you think of the audio design?
Actually, it's really well done. Like compared to the cringy BS they did in 2042, Battlefield 6 is a very good like change in gunplay. audio design, visual design. Some people were annoyed that it had like graphical downgrade. But the way they explained it was like the graphical downgrade they had to do to increase the destructibility of the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough. It won an award, so
Well done, well done.
yeah.
I thought it was also nominated for best shooter.
It might have been. Well, but I don't think they won that. Anyway, Doom: The Dark Ages won the award for innovation in accessibility. What that basically means is it made games more accessible for people with disabilities and all that. And so yeah, if you're a guy with disability, if I'm assuming if you're deaf or whatever, how are you even hearing me right now?
What did Doom do in that regard? Like, what did they add that made it more accessible?
I'm guessing because since they're under the Xbox team, they probably were able to utilize Xbox's new hardware, where they created those pads for people with disabilities.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
So I'm guessing they might use those hardwares to
Yeah.
push any type of like.
Yeah, but it's not just disabilities. Like it's even made accessible for people with color blindness and all that.
So they had a lot of things.
They did a lot of things. So yeah, if you're colorblind or deaf or whatever, it's okay. You can still shoot aliens in the face.
Demons.
Demons. Doom is about demons.
Yeah.
Alien demons.
They're alien demons, right?
Well, not Dark Ages. Dark
Not the
Ages is more of a medieval
so I
setting.
know from the original one. I've not played the Dark
Yeah,
Ages.
but I'll just have to say, like, any game that adds more accessibility features for people who normally won't be able to enjoy these games, massive props. Like, keep doing it.
Okay, so I never played this one. South of Midnight wins the award. Games for impact with best meaning or message. I'm assuming.
It was a very what's the word I'm looking for? Why am I even talking? You guys are supposed to be talking about.
Well,
The reason I know I like it was a very controversial game at start because people felt it was pushing a lot of SJW stuff, which I don't think it was. But well, here we are. It won the award, well deserved.
yeah, this one I agree with. No Man's Sky wins best ongoing game.
From what I've seen, I agree as well.
I agree, but I also do believe that different games did deserve that time also. Like, what were the other games?
I don't have the entire list
Fair
right now. I just have the winners. Otherwise, we'd be talking all day about just game of the year.
Well, why don't we? No.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
next.
Next, Baldur's Gate 3 wins best community support.
Anything Baldur's Gate 3, I will say yes.
Yeah.
Reason is because they added mod support and
Yeah.
people have been making their own custom campaigns. And you could actually like test out these custom campaigns. Like some of them added Curse of Strahd or like some like original D&D campaigns and like just the things people are doing. And they're actually people who create these custom maps are hiring voice actors for their maps.
Are these downloadable for free or are they paid?
Free their mods.
All right, I'm going to reinstall Baldur's Gate 3 later
Well, we
tonight.
could do a playthrough if people are interested in play those.
I guess if
It's
we
an
can
idea.
do one of those custom campaigns, then I'm
Not D&D.
Alright. Best VR AR is The Midnight Walk. I don't know anything about that. Here's something you could talk about. Best action game goes to Hades 2.
Hades 2 is a fantastic game. Play it if you haven't. It's a roguelike, so it depends if you like that kind of genre.
And it runs really well on the Steam Deck.
It runs really well. Oh, Steam Deck. Yeah, I thought you said Switch. Yeah. Okay, I can see that. It was designed to be good for handheld gaming. It's my only criticism of the game is that it's only released on PC and the Switch. It hasn't been released on other consoles.
Okay. Let's see. Silk Song wins best action adventure.
I haven't played the game, but it looks really
Yeah, from what I've
Really
seen,
good.
it looks like it's well deserved. Fatal Fury: City of the Wolves wins best fighting game. I don't know what that is. I
Well-
don't play fighting games.
I'll be honest, I did not enjoy City of the Wolves that much. Like, it's a good game. I can see it being a good game. It's just not for me, maybe. But from the nominations or what other fighting games that have come out this year, definitely I think it's deserved. The one thing people were not complaining, but the one game that people thought could beat City of the Wolves for best fighting game was 2XKO, which is the Riot fighting game based on League of Legends.
Okay.
But I have one big criticism about 2XKO being nominated for this list. It's in demo. Or sorry, not demo, it's in beta. It's in beta. It hasn't been fully it hasn't been fully launched
It's
yet.
not even the full game yet. So.
It's not even the full game yet. It's in beta. And yes, don't get me wrong, like what you see in the beta is most likely 99% going to be what's going to be in the final launch. But it is still officially a beta title. I don't know why it's nominated for this list. It can release next year and then be nominated for best fighting game next year, in which case I would say yes, it would deserve fighting game of the year. But it hasn't been fully released yet. Like it's not even out on consoles yet. It's only on PC in a limited beta. The beta itself is not fully realized. Like there's still the console beta that hasn't started yet.
Okay. You never know. Maybe next year, if the game's released, it might actually win.
And the other fighting games that were nominated were like Mortal Kombat Collectors, which is basically like a collection of the old Mortal Kombat games. Well, it's like re-releases.
I believe Virtua Fighter as well. So.
Virtua Fighter was there, yeah. But the thing is, Virtua Fighter's game was also a re-release.
Okay.
It's like a remaster version of an old version of Virtua Fighter 5. Virtua Fighter 6 is still in development.
All right. Moving on. Donkey Kong Bonanza, not Bonanza, Bonanza. It's a pun. Wins best family game. I'm the only one with a Switch 2 here. I have not gotten the game yet. I am planning to, but it beats Mario Kart World, which is interestingly enough. So Nintendo had, I believe, 2 nominations for this one. Yeah. Sorry, Luigi. You're not getting away with an award this time. But from what I've seen, I think it looks well deserved because the game came from out of nowhere basically, and yeah, it looks like a good family game. Hopefully in the future I can talk about it. Let's see, best sim or strategy game goes to Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles. I'm sorry, I don't know.
I'm sorry,
It's like War of the Lions.
War of the...
War of the Lion.
Yeah, I mean, I've played Final Fantasy Tactics before. I don't know this one specifically.
Technically, it's like a pixelated top-down.
Yeah,
with, like,
exactly.
Oh, no, I know, I understand the gameplay. But I didn't know what you were referring to with War of the Lions. But I do know the gameplay, yes. I can see that. It's just not my type of game, to be honest. That's why it didn't come upon my radar.
It's fine. Yeah. Mario Kart World, you're back, has won best sport/racing game. Good job, Luigi. You may go now.
I heard some...
You killed me.
I heard some complaints from some people saying that Sonic should have won this.
I haven't played Sonic. I have played Mario Kart World. It came with the Switch too.
But can you, in Mario Kart World, play as Hatsune Miku?
No, you cannot play.
You
as
can in
Hatsune
Sonic
Miku.
World. You can play as Hatsune Miku. You can play as Joker from Persona.
Really?
Wait, it's the same game.
Yeah. Can you play as SpongeBob?
Can you play as SpongeBob in Mario Kart?
No. Can
Well,
you
that-
What? We're talking about Sonic here. Can you play as SpongeBob in the Sonic game?
I have no idea. No, but I've seen people complaining about saying Sonic Adventure should have won it. Sonic Fox is a great player, by the way. Anyways, Sonic Racing should have won it.
Yeah. Look, for Mario Kart World, I had a bit of fun with it, but I have to say it gets old very quickly when you're playing as a single player. This is definitely a multiplayer kind of game with it. They have this new free roam mode, but nothing happens. Like if you're gonna introduce a free roam mode, you should introduce stuff like side missions and stories and all that. They didn't do very much with it. It has potential, but I can see why people say that Sonic's better, although I've never played it. But yeah. Shroud's gonna like this one. Arc Raiders wins best multiplayer.
I think well deserved.
Well deserved.
Yes.
Fair enough. Next one is controversial. Last of Us Season 2 wins Best Adaptation. And vast majority of people seem to think that it did not deserve that. I have the list of other nominees here. It beat the Minecraft movie, which I personally call the Memecraft movie.
Chicken jockey.
Fortunately, we do not have a real chicken with us right now. Although we could grab one. We're literally filming in a farm right now. Yeah, it beat Devil May Cry, Splinter Cell, and Until Dawn.
There's a Splinter Cell.
There was a Splinter Cell apparently. Yeah.
So I'll be honest. I think the game or the movie or adaptation, video game adaptation that deserved to win this was not even nominated.
Yeah. What do you think?
Sonic 3.
It was this year?
Yes, I believe so. Was Sonic 3 this year or last year?
Or it must have maybe late last year or something. But was it even nominated last year? Anyways, director, please fact check that for us.
2024.
Last year.
Which date on 24 though?
Let me see.
Was it December?
I think. I know it was
December 10th.
Yeah, so it's past the cutoff.
Okay.
It's past the cutoff for last year's Game
So
Awards.
it could have been nominated.
Yeah, so it could have. It is within the. It's within the time frame for this year's.
Yeah, that's the reason I say last year. It came out last year is because I remember of seeing a photo when it came out. Basically, the photo says when the girl dies, do not cheer in the cinema. Because that is the moment that Shadow becomes Shadow the Hedgehog. Everybody knows. So people were cheering when the girl died in the movie.
Oh, that's dark, bro. What the hell?
Sonic fans are insane.
Well, they have Sonic 2, so.
Okay, so before we move on to the last award, we're just going to talk about some of the games that were revealed. I can't go through all of them, there are way too many. Just the ones that I think are a little bit of interest, at least. 007 First Light. It come out on March 27th next year. Ace Combat. We don't have a date for that. An interesting one. Divinity.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
If they can
Turn-based combat.
turn-based.
Yes.
Turn-based.
Well, what do you mean by turn-based? Like, not.
It's like player option.
Oh, it's not going to be
It'll
a.
be like a.
It's not the tactical
Based
turn-based
Based
D&D
on,
style.
recent interview with Jason Schreier.
Okay.
Okay, if that's the case, it makes it more accessible. Actually. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit disappointing, but I'm still going to play it nevertheless. It looks very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. So the new Divinity is features a turn-based combat system that's not a clone of original Sin 2.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it still looks like a really interesting game. So regardless of whether it is going to be turn-based or they're going to copy the Baldur's Gate formula,
I mean, Larian has a very good track record with
Yeah.
games, so I'm not going to.
yeah,
I have confidence in them.
yeah. So yeah, they seem like very good devs. So I'm sure this will end up being a very good game. We don't have a release date yet. We don't know anything about it.
It was just a world premiere reveal. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to see more about it as time passes, I'm assuming.
All right. So Lego Batman.
This one's for you.
This one's for me. I love the Lego Batman movie. I don't know this is going to be based on the movie, but yeah. Lego Batman will come out on May 29.
But is Batman voiced by Will Arnett?
I have no idea who is going to be voiced by, but whoever it was did a really good job in the movie.
Yeah,
The
that's Will Arnett.
was really good. The movie was really funny, and I hope they keep that humor inside it. Here's another one I'm interested in. Mega Man Dual Override for 2027.
I'm excited for this as well.
I'm sorry. It was a big mistake.
Yeah, what's going on?
Swin Vink said this thing. It's a turn-based RPG featuring everything you've seen from us in the past, but it's brought to the next level.
So it's going to be kind of like Baldur's Gate, but stepped up. Is that what you're trying to
Yes.
say?
Baldur's Gate on steroids.
Yeah.
I was about to say something else that I can't
Baldur's
say.
Gate is already on steroids. It's like Baldur's Gate on multiple steroids.
No, Baldur's Gate's on steroids and Viagra. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, Mega Man Dual Override for 2027. It has been a long time since I played a Mega Man game, and I'm looking forward to this.
One thing I'm excited for is that Capcom did say that they want Mega Man to be one of their mainline titles again, like along the lines of like Resident Evil, Street Fighter, Monster Hunter, Devil May Cry, etc. So Mega Man will be along those titles, which is something that I'm interested in.
It's one of the games that actually put the company in like
Where they are,
Yeah.
yes, I agree.
Yeah,
Mega Man is a timeless classic.
yeah. I mean, and hopefully they don't screw up the optimization. I mean, how hard can it be to optimize Mega Man for different consoles and PC? Please don't prove me wrong, Capcom. Yeah, moving on. Not for me personally. Neo 3 will come out on February 6th. But one I am kind of looking forward to, Resident Evil Requiem, will come out on February 27th.
And they revealed something for this game.
Like every girl's fangirling over Leon.
I'm sure they'll be fangirling over multiple at this point.
I mean, I think Capcom, the developers did say that they received a lot of feedback from the women in their development team about how Leons should be designed,
Makes no sense.
which is funny, I
Makes
think.
sense.
I think it's really cool.
I mean, hey, well, women deserve fan service as well. So, yeah.
Yes, agreed.
All right. Let's see. Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic. No release date yet.
Anybody who would like Knights of the Old Republic? Fate of the Old Republic is going. Fate of the Old Republic, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be within the same timeline, the Old Republic era, which I think is a very good. In my opinion, it's the most interesting era of Star Wars.
Oh.
So I think that this is something I'm looking forward to as well.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I'm looking forward to this one as well.
And what's her name is doing the writing. Is like one of the main writers in it. She worked on Naughty Dog before she left. Check.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So a game called Catalyst. So this is no. Oh, sorry, I skipped way forward. Let's get back. Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis. I am looking forward to this so much. I love the Tomb Raider games. Yeah, I'm just a history buff, so obviously, I mean, I've got a degree in history, so I'm really looking forward to this. Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis, and Tomb Raider Catalyst. Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis will come out next year. We don't have an exact release date. Catalyst will come out in 2027.
Legacy of Atlantis is a remake of the first Tomb Raider game, right?
I believe so.
That's something to look forward to for them for people.
Yeah.
Casey Hudson.
Casey Hudson. I've heard
He
that name
worked on
before.
the Knights of the Old Republic
Okay.
and the Mass Effect trilogy.
Oh,
The
okay.
original
Mass Effect, the
Okay.
original one.
Yes.
Game
so
is
that's
good.
why I said that he's on.
Okay, so the game is in good hands.
The game is in good hands. All right. Something to look forward to for you Star Wars fans.
Very
All right, great. So, other than the Tomb Raider games, one last game we're going to talk about the reveal. Total War Warhammer. No release date quite yet.
Yes. A Warhammer 40k game.
So the Total War series, is that the RTS?
Yes.
Okay.
So they are really working on. And by the way, there's a question: where's Solari's face? Solari's a bit sick, so his face won't be on camera for today. Also, he's in the director's seat.
You have to deal with me in the meantime.
Yeah. I'm sorry, there can only be one Ali on this seat at a time.
Well, yeah. Thanks to me for the comment.
Yeah.
So what was it? Yeah, Warhammer 40k.
Yeah.
It is. They're reworking a lot of things because it's one of the first times they're going to be putting like a lot of shooting mechanics in that game because 40k is very artillery based.
Okay.
And I played the game on tabletop, so I wonder how it's gonna go.
Right.
Did you like finish second or something like that?
I actually got third place with my Chaos Knights. I played a very cheesy list.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't Saruman with you?
It was. Bobby got first place.
To be fair, it's Saruman, you can't beat him.
Yeah, I tried.
Okay.
There was the last award.
The final award that we're going to talk about is Best Mobile Game. And you've played it. The game is called
Uma Musume.
Musume.
Amazing. I like how when the CEO of Psy Games America came up to us to receive the award for Uma Musume winning Best Award, he had a little badge that says "Amazing," and he's like, "Thank you for this amazing award."
Yeah, I'm not even part of the fandom, but I love seeing what goes on within it. But yeah, so the reason we put this to last is, well, somebody has pissed off the entire fandom. And
Director, would you mind?
please. Uh, and that somebody happens to be PETA.
PETA. Preventing the ethical treatment of animals. They have. So, some context. PETA has put out a tweet last week, the week before, where they depict one of the horse girls from the Uma Musume game with a very graphical injury, I would say. And their point was the horse that the horse girl, the real life horse that the girl was based off of, actually died by euthanization as a result of a freak injury during a race. So just some background context here, because I've actually read into this a bit. The horse's name is Silence Suzuka. So Silence Suzuka was a very, I won't say accomplished racehorse, but was a very much a fan favorite racehorse at the time. Like he was one of the fastest racehorses out there. He was not undefeated, but he did win a lot of titles. And in his last race, he had a freak accident, and as a result, a freak injury. Sorry, not an accident, a freak injury, which resulted in them having to euthanize him. Because in case you don't know, like these kind of injuries are, while they are very rare with horses, they can affect the horse's lifetime, and they can like lead to a lot of suffering throughout the entire horse's life. That's why euthanization was the main option here. So in honor of the horse, the creators of Uma Musume in Psy Games, they depicted this horse as a girl by the name Silent Suzuka, who also was a fan favorite, super fast, gets ahead of the pack in every one of her races. And spoilers for the anime if you guys haven't watched it. In her last race, she doesn't die. They can't kill her off in the anime. Instead, the way they depict her was that she had a freak injury in her last race, and she had to be hospitalized, and she was forced to retire from racing. And there are a lot of more nuances to it, and it's this. So the anime is a bit like dramatic in certain aspects. So they had to pay homage to the horse in that sense. And PETA decided to look at this as saying horse racing is unethical. Look at this. This horse girl has a freak injury. In real life, a horse would be euthanized. So there is no second chance. There is no happy ending for the horse.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, this pissed off a lot of people because most people generally agree that the Uma Musume depiction of Silent Suzuka was respectful and paid proper tribute to the actual horse. Doctor, if you could go back.
Just keep it on the middle finger for now.
Yeah, this is good for now.
This one.
Yes. So this was basically the fan base's reaction to PETA. They bombed the PETA TikTok comment section with this image of the actual horse girl, Silent Suzuka, giving the finger to them. And PETA had to basically turn off comments in their videos as a result of that. And I have to say, well deserved. So yes. But in happier news, Director, if you could.
Yeah.
Which is this new horse girl?
Yes.
Image.
The third.
The third image.
The third image, yes.
This one?
Yes, this one. So in happier news, this is another story for Uma Musume fans. The horse Meisho Doto.
Oh, wait, this was with the black and the thing, so going back to the first one.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so this is a horse that goes by the name Meishodoto. The real life horse is still alive and kicking at age 29, retired and living the rest of his life on a farm with other horses and other animals. And fun fact, he even has a pet cat. But the reason why we're talking about him today is after the release of Musume and the global success that it's had, the stable that houses Meishodoto decided to run a fundraiser for their stable because the stable is old, aging. The investors have not been putting as much money into keeping it up and running. The facilities are outdated. The barn is basically worn down. There are holes in the roof. So the stable owners wanted to change this. They want to give Meishodoto and other horses in the stable a better life. So they had a fundraiser to appeal to the larger audience of Musume. Now, if you have been watching this podcast in the past, we've discussed Haruora, who had a fundraiser to buy her some food, which she very much enjoyed until the day she died. This, in that sense, the owner of the stable that Meishodoto is stabled in has opened a fundraiser for 15 million yen. This was back in, I believe, late October. 15 million yen for, how much was that in dollars?
Around 100K almost.
Almost $100K. So $100K of fundraising, which to everyone's surprise was met within 3 hours of opening the fundraiser. They raised over 100,000 from the global player base. And after a couple of weeks, they've already surpassed over 20 million yen. So as a result of this, the owner of the stable decided to raise up the fundraising goal. They raised it up to 100 million yen, which is approximately $670,000 to $680,000. And surprise, surprise, this target was met actually earlier this month in December. And the owner of the stable has promised to spend this money on making sure that Meishodoto and other horses in this stable have a much more comfortable life. He even promised them a treadmill for the horses, which is something really nice, like completely optional, but something they would enjoy.
Yeah, I'd like to see that, honestly.
So yeah.
Yeah,
But all in all, this story goes to show, PETA, if you want to help animals, this is how you do it.
Yeah, for a game about racing girls, this has a weirdly wholesome fan base.
Yeah, more or less. Like, don't get me wrong, fan bases can be toxic at times, but this one is weirdly wholesome.
So this is actually something I saw online. I don't know how true it is. So the horse's jockey was called Yutaka Take, and
Suzuka's jockey, yes,
Yeah.
Yukata Take.
so he apparently said that Suzuka actually saved his life
Okay, if
by
you want,
limping to the side instead of collapsing immediately. It's like the first thing she was thinking of is, I have to protect my trainer.
so the jockey, not trainer.
The jockey.
So the context of that is that normally when you're running at full speed and you break your leg, you tend to fall over.
Yeah.
Silent Suzuka did not fall over immediately. He limped actually to slow down his speed, to reduce his speed so that his jockey could get off safely. That was. If you want me to add a bit more, lore behind Silent Suzuka, or
I mean, we could go ahead.
all right. So Silent Suzuka, after Silent Suzuka passed away, what's his name? Yutaka Take went into a state of depression, actually. People close to him said they've never seen him drink so much because of his grief over the horse. He was very attached to Silent Suzuka, knowing that Silent Suzuka prioritized his life over his own during the race, just made it even more emotional for him. And he actually not retired, but he took a break from horse racing for a while. Eventually, a year later, he did come back to horse racing, and he did participate in the same race that Suzuka died in a year later. A year later, and he won that race. He won that race in the following year, and he dedicated his victory to Silent Suzuka. He was like, the spirit of Silent Suzuka was with me today, and that's why I was able to win this race. To add more context to this lore, more lore bits for you, fun fact, the horse that he was using the year later was a horse named Special Week. For those who watch, if you haven't watched the anime, Special Week is the protagonist of season 1. Special Week was the protagonist of season 1, and her best friend was Silent Suzuka. So the story of season 1 follows Special Week, spoilers, as she goes through and she wants to compete to be the best horse girl in Japan. And she meets Silent Suzuka, who she claims to be her rival. They eventually become best friends, and her goal was to race against Silent Suzuka at some point in the future. However, that was never meant to be, as Silent Suzuka got her freak injury, which led her to retire. And in the anime, as Suzuka was recovering from her injury, Special Week spent most of her time trying to nurse Suzuka back to full health. And she spent so much of her time like focusing on Suzuka to the point that it affected Special Week's performance herself. Like she ended up having weaker performances in races and all that. So Suzuka, in response to this, after realizing this, Suzuka decides to leave Japan and complete her rehabilitation in America. So this is the studio's way of killing her off, basically. They don't actually kill her off, instead they have her move to another country. And Special Week ends up able to focus on her own performance, and she ends the season winning a major race, basically.
Well, we're gonna stick with horses, although this one is not nearly as wholesome.
Why do you do this to me?
That's the image.
Can we please have the image up? Boy. I can't not talk about this because I don't just talk about every single horror game or shocking horror game that comes out, but this one is noteworthy.
What am I looking at here?
You're
It's a game
looking
like that.
at a game called basically a horse horror game that was banned on Steam
And Epic.
and Epic Games as well. It's more like it was banned on Steam, and then Epic Games decided they don't want to distribute. So different things. I mean, same thing, different version.
You can still get it on GOG.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, so this came from an Italian developer called Santa Ragione. Please don't kill me, Italians. Basically, the devils say we're now facing closure because we cannot sell the game on Steam, which is the biggest platform for gaming, obviously. Yeah. So here is what Epic Store said. We are unable to distribute Horses, which is the game, on Epic Game Store because our review found violations of the Epic Game Store content guidelines, specifically the inappropriate content and hateful or abusive content policies. The game contains explicit or frequent depictions of sexual behavior or not appropriately labeled, rated, or age-gated. Yeah. And of course, there's also the concerns that it shows animal abuse.
Do we have gameplay footage?
We do not. I cannot show you anything.
Why not?
If Steam bans it, then it's very different for us to even show it.
Yeah, we can't show you anything from the footage, which is why I had to find the tamest screenshot possible for this. And yeah,
What I've seen of the game, like what you've showed me of the game, it just looks so freaky, man. Like
it's very unsettling, apparently.
Can we do a Twitch stream for it?
I mean, if you want to get banned for it, then yeah, why not? Yeah.
Fun kick.
So here's the thing. Like, the game actually shows gory images of people, men and women, on completely naked, except for a horse's head on them. It's It was very, very disturbing, and the game actually gives you a lengthy warning. Can you please put that warning up on screen? Okay, the game basically just straight up tells you, yeah, yo, this game is messed up. This is the warning for you. If you are very squeamish, don't play this.
I'm getting it.
I don't know how you can get it. I guess you
Go.
can get it on GOG.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the warning basically says that you're going to take part in activities that are oppositional to your own moral beliefs. In case you are interested in the game, I'm just going to say, what the hell's wrong with you? But here's basically a quick rundown of the story is you are a guy named Anselmo.
I like when you say, "What the hell is wrong with you?" You're directing that at our director because he's gonna get the game on
He
go.
says he's gonna get the game. So you're a guy named Anselmo who is 20 years old. I'm assuming he's a troublemaker who's being shipped away to work on a rural farm for 2 weeks by his parents. And well, a lot of freaky stuff happens, including naked humans with horse masks on their head. This game is basically an interactive silent film. So that's one thing you need to know. It has a lot of unsettling lines of dialogue, and the dialogue is actually, from what I understand, no voice acting. Instead, it's delivered through those old, all those old title cards from the silent
Wait,
films.
you're
era.
telling me this is an Italian studio creating a game set in Italy, but they don't have Italian voice acting?
Yeah.
No.
I'm assuming there's a lot of this going on, but there's no voice acting from what I understand. In fact, the entire thing is inspired by old silent films. And yeah, it is all in black and white. The way it works is every day you're basically given a list of tasks to complete. It starts off very normal, like feed the dog, chop firewood, to clean the stables. Slowly and slowly tends to get more unsettling and more demented.
Do things with the horse.
Yeah, I don't know if that's part of it. But if you're that desperate for it, why don't you give it a try?
Yeah, give it a try and then come back next week on the podcast and tell everyone about it.
Beauty black. Black is on the mind. I haven't slept how messed up the game is.
So I need to put it out there. From what I understand, the game is not scary in a sense. It's not jump scary.
It's just meant to be
just
unsettling.
very unsettling.
Unsettling.
It messes with your head. That's what they're going for.
I played mouthwash. That thing really unsettled me. So I'll give it a shot. Have you guys ever played mouthwash?
No.
It's a really good game. I would give it a shot. But again, similar to that game, I'm not comparing it to this game because mouthwash is on Steam. That one really made me uncomfortable because it went around a few themes of rape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, let's get back to that next week once he plays it. If he plays it.
I'll play it next week. I'll probably play it after. No one ruin my Christmas mood.
We're
I'll
gonna
ruin my New Year mood.
we're gonna go through the next one quickly. Netflix and Warner Brothers. I'm sure you've all heard of this by now. Basically, Netflix acquired Warner Brothers. Why are we talking about this? It's because, believe it or not, Warner Brothers makes games. Shocking, I know. They own IPs, of course, such as Harry Potter, which includes the Hogwarts Legacy games. They own Game of Thrones, which apparently has a game they're working on. And of course, the main part of Warner Brothers is the DC universe, which has a lot of games.
They also have Mortal Kombat,
They also have Mortal Kombat.
which is under NetherRealm Studios, which is owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah. So it's not clear what this deal means for the games, what it means for the developers.
No, it's clear that Netflix did not give two damns about the games. There was an interview where with the CEO of Netflix, he stated that he may wanted it for the franchise, but did not care about the video games.
Well, that's encouraging. Yeah, so because we mentioned a couple of weeks ago here that they're working on a sequel to Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah, of course, we just talked about the Batman Lego game. We don't know what the future holds for all of these franchises with this Netflix deal. But yeah, so Netflix themselves have actually been investing in games recently and all that. By which I mean, I don't know how it works because I have no interest in playing games on Netflix.
You see Warner Brother games exclusively on the Netflix launcher.
Uh, let's move on to something a bit less depressing. World of Warcraft. For those of you who play, the housing update is live. Have any of you tried it?
No.
No, because you need to pre-order the next expansion.
You have to pre-order the expansion to do the housing, and I haven't done that yet.
You
From
know,
what I've heard from people, it looks really
people
well
are
done.
really creative.
Yeah, people
I
have been very
If you
creative.
can
Yeah.
take a look at the photo, someone actually created
Hobbiton.
Hobbit. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of room for creativity when it comes to housing, and that's why this is long overdue for World of Warcraft.
Yeah. So we don't know much about it. So we'll just conclude this very quickly then with the meme. Can you please put it on? Yeah, there's a bit of lag here, isn't there? But
No, it's not lag, it's just the stream delay.
Okay.
okay.
So just a little bit, I think that a lot of the items are bound to either you can purchase them or to achievements.
Mm.
So if you do certain achievements like raids and stuff like that, you can get them. If
That
you
makes
do
sense.
Any dungeon, there's a chance, like at the end of every dungeon, something might drop.
That's nice. Encourage players to actually play the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than raids.
I guess we'll get back to this in the future if these two decide to try it. Okay, CD Projekt Red. Can we get that up next? All right, so the company has ambitious plans. They want to release 3 new games within 6 years, all of them featuring Ciri in The Witcher.
Wait, how many games?
3 games in 6 years.
So
That's
Basically a game every 2 years.
that's very ambitious.
That's
What?
very ambitious for a
That's-
Witcher game.
good.
I think-
the development cycle won't be too long.
I do think that that also means that we won't have, we're very unlikely to have any of these games have the same level of content as The Witcher 3.
Exactly, yeah.
So I don't think they would be in the same kind of depth and scope as The Witcher 3. Because The Witcher 3 was a massive game.
Oh yeah, like I could not finish every bit of it.
No, I couldn't either. But it's one of the best games I've ever played.
Oh yeah, easily. Now this new trilogy, of course, focuses on Ciri.
Which I'm interested in. I think that's an interesting
Yeah,
way to go about the series.
Yeah, I actually think Witcher 3 was a good end to Geralt's story. We don't need it anymore. I'm interested to see where it goes with Ciri. Thank you for putting the meme up. Yeah. So just to tell you what the CEO actually said. He said we've been using Unreal Engine 5 for The Witcher 4 for almost 4 years now, and we are very happy with what we've achieved. We're happy with how the engine is evolving, and we are learning how to make it work within a huge open world game as The Witcher 4 is meant to be. So it is going to be open world.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to have the depth of Witcher 3, like you said. Actually, this one might, because it's how long has it been since The Witcher 3?
Question: they said
10 years.
did they want to release 3 standalone games or The Witcher or Witcher 4 and then Two
From what I
expansion.
understand, it looks like it's going to be
a trilogy?
it's going to be a trilogy surrounding series.
So it could be maybe like major expansions or DLCs.
Kind of like Blooded Wine and
Yeah.
Maybe because thing is the term they use is 3 games, not 3 content or 3 DLCs. So
okay.
that's the thing. The plan
But-
is to launch the entire trilogy in 6 years. That would mean shorter development time between 4 and 5, and between 5 and 6.
Oh, they said that.
They basically said that.
Okay. So there's no
all-
chance that it's going to be like Witcher 4, which is one massive Witcher game, and then the other 2 games are like smaller scope game.
Yeah,
Maybe like
I
a
don't
Witcher fighting game or something. I don't know.
Maybe
Which-
they have multiple dev teams working on on 5, and then the
Then
team
there's
who works
one-
on 4 works on 6. Maybe
And then one game where it's just Ciri playing Gwent or something like that.
maybe. So yeah, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, originally released on May 19, 2015.
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. Witcher, and here's the interesting part. CD Projekt basically said that The Witcher 4 will not be out next year. It will be out in 2027, which means we can expect The Witcher 5 in 2030, Witcher 6 around 2033, something like that. Oh, and we got just a little bit something new. They said that the Cyberpunk 2 is in the works. That's all we know.
I still need to play the first one.
Little heads up for everyone. If you never played The Witcher 3, it's on Steam on discount because of Winter Sale for $2.99. Go get the game.
Fantastic game. One of the best of all time.
It's a fantastic game, honestly. Okay, let's move on to a topic that's near and dear to my heart.
Happened to you.
I think we killed the director.
Usually that's the first picture that popped for me.
Oh man. Monster Hunter devs, they talk about the future of the series. And hopefully that thing is not the future. So basically, at the PlayStation Partner Award in Japan, Monster Hunter Wild won the Grand Award and the User Choice Award. Okay. This is the PlayStation Award, I believe. So the producer of this work, Ryozo Sugimoto, and the director, Yuya Tokuda, they answered questions from the media. And they said that immediately after release, we apologize for the inconvenience caused by the volume of the content and the difficulty level. Basically, the game was considered way too easy for people.
Yes.
And yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, it was very easy. I agree.
They said that the team was able to turn everybody's feedback into an asset and work on the update to try to make the game a bit more challenging for the veteran players.
So with the new releases, certain monsters like the Musume is actually difficult to deal with. Like they actually have like one-hit KO attacks if you're not careful.
Mizutsune, you mean?
Musume, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, they straight up said if you beat the game immediately after its release and you stop playing, I'd appreciate it if you could pick it up again. Yeah, okay. We don't intend to stop the series here. We plan to continue, and we want to let more people play. And so, however, he said nothing about the optimization issue, which to me was the main issue. I didn't stop playing because of the difficulty thing. Like, I didn't care that much.
I did.
The reason I stopped playing was because my PC it was not optimized at all. And every time I booted the game, I had to wait like a good 2-3 minutes just for it to optimize properly, for the graphics to load and all that. And yeah, it was not fun. I don't know if it's been fixed at this point. I've not picked up the game since.
I still have the game downloaded,
Yeah.
and they've recently done like major patches. And hopefully they've mentioned like by next year, early next year, most of the issues, or like 99% of the issues, should be fixed.
Does it still look like this?
No.
Uh,
That was just extra hate.
yeah, it's a real low bar at this point. So,
Next topic?
before we get to that, we just want to ask you, what game are you playing this week? Yeah, so it has been a while. I will start with Bitfrost.
So this week, I've actually been playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
Ooh, I actually like that game.
I haven't played it before. This is my first time playing it, and I'm having a blast. It's hilarious.
It is really funny. Yeah. What about our director? What have you been playing? I mean, I know what you've been playing because I can see you online every single day. But tell everyone.
I've been playing mainly Arc Raiders. I've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. A bit of World of Warcraft here and there. And last but not least, still trying to finish Resident Evil 6 just for the achievements. Like, I finished that game years ago, of course, but I'm just playing it again. Because it was like item from the achievement.
Okay. Yeah. As for me, well, this kind of brings me to news about my channel. I was originally working on another retro review, and that was supposed to be The Tarzan game from PlayStation 1.
Oh, that was a good game.
Yeah, I was working on that. In fact, I was in the middle of recording and everything. But then I heard about Disney and how they're about to team up with an AI and all that. I put the game on pause.
Mm.
And I was like, yeah, let's wait and see what that happens. And then recently, Disney announced that they are going to be working with OpenAI to make movies and all that. And yeah, I decided to scrap the entire retro review because I do not want to support that crap. Uh, because I know Disney are going to be like, oh, it's only to help the current employees and enhance creativity. BS, man.
Just to save money.
It's BS, and yeah, everybody knows it. I have decided to not do a Disney related retro review for the foreseeable future. This year, and I have scrapped the entire thing, which is a little frustrating because I was in the middle of it.
Um,
But yeah, I've got to stick to my guts. I've got to stick to my morals here. I'm not doing any Disney review for a while. Yeah. Well, was there something you wanted to say?
it may be devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Since that game has been released and been released almost 20 years plus, I don't think it is a retro game at this point. I don't think it has anything to do with AI. Like,
It's
I know
more like
Disney.
It's
It's more
Disney.
like it's still got the Disney moniker with it. So right now, I don't want to support anything that has the Disney moniker. But yeah, so what I have done is I have pivoted to something I could do fairly quickly, which is my next Pokemon challenge. The last one I did was just Fire Red with one Eevee. And actually, that's my best performing video so far. Yes.
You may want to look at the stream.
Is that a what now?
Yeah. So we'll get to you, Lucario. We will get to you. But basically, just some news about my channel very quickly. I am working on the next Pokemon challenge, which is the Gen 1 challenge. This one was actually something recommended by one of our friends. And yeah, I have reached the Elite Four. So hopefully that the recording will be done soon. I just have to put the voice recording together and do the editing. And the editing for Pokemon challenges don't usually take that long. And I have not uploaded Digimon stuff in a while because either I've been sick and I couldn't talk much, or because I've been busy with work.
We've all been sick.
Yeah. But I can announce that the next episode of the Digimon playthrough will be going up tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually I've recorded a few episodes in advance just in case something happens. But yeah, hopefully you people like the next one.
I still need to finish the game.
Yeah. Well,
There are some DLCs out right now as well.
Yes.
yeah. Speaking of DLCs, and speaking of things that are not Digimon, Pokemon Legends ZA.
How do we always do this?
I'm just weird. Pokemon Legends ZA, they have a new DLC, and with the new DLC comes new megas, including a new Mega Lucario. Well, I didn't ask for this, but hey,
That looks cool,
it
actually.
looks cool.
Yeah.
So I can't complain too much. In case you were wondering, no, you do not get a Mega Flygon. Yeah.
I don't know. Lucario has always been one of the cooler Pokemon.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing: the DLC costs $30.
For a single Pokemon?
No, my dude, you get many new megas, evolution and all that. You get new content actually with the, but a lot of people are saying that it's not worth the $30 price tag because there is like this new dimension within the city, but they don't actually add new maps, new regions to explore. So for Scarlet and Violet, it also costs $30, but with that, you actually got 2 new regions with new Pokédexes and new storylines and everything with it. And even though there is a storyline here, so basically there's this concept in Legends EA, the DLC, not the base game, where you go to hyperspace but there is a time limit that apparently at first you can only spend like 2-3 minutes inside it, and people are frustrated with that. Later on, apparently, the more items you get, you can extend it to a good 15-20 minutes. But yeah, people are not happy. Yeah.
That's World of Warcraft. You know the limited type dungeons that you have to do
Which
during
limited time?
Battle for Azeroth, where you have to have the cape that protects you from the dots and woods.
Oh no!
That's give me flashbacks to that.
Yeah, I remember those. Nah, I'd rather never think about that again. I blocked that from my memory.
Okay,
They
so
actually brought it back this time, but they fixed a lot of things.
Well, there's a reason I'm not playing anymore.
so thing is, I'm actually playing Legends DA right now. I originally planned on recording it, but the capture card the capture device just would not work for some reason. But yeah, I'll just give you guys I'm not obviously done with the game because I want to finish Digimon first. But yeah, is it as bad as some people are saying? Uh, yes and no. Basically, the buildings and the graphics, they do kind of look very outdated for a game that came out a couple months ago. The windows are basically just JPEGs stickered onto the buildings. Yeah. I've seen people praise the battle style, but maybe it's because I've played Xenoblade before. This battle style feels very simplistic and not rewarding. I've seen some Pokemon fans saying, "Oh, but it fixed the issue of you just tapping A over and again." No, it hasn't. All it did is it basically just changed it to the issue of tapping another button over again,
Which is B.
which is either B or X or Y. So basically, you tap a button, you use the move in combat, and then there's a cooldown for the move.
Wait, attacks have cooldown now in Pokemon?
Yeah, just in this game. So the Legends series is different from the mainline series. So the mainline will always have that turn-based combat thing that will never change. But this is the series that they used to try new stuff at it. Well, yeah. I have to say the characters that I've met so far have actually been really fun. Like each one is quirky, each one is memorable in its own way, in their own way. And it's not been as bad. Like some people have tried, the way some people have complained about the game, made it look like it's the worst game of all time. No, it isn't. Like it's fine, but I understand the actual criticisms that people are making, which includes basically I've already talked about the graphics. I've talked about the battle style. But yeah, it feels like there's a lot of potential that they could have done with it. They just didn't do it for whatever reason. Uh, oh yeah. Once I finish the game, I'm sure I'll give you guys a more in-depth review. I gotta finish Digimon first. I'm not finishing Legends EA before this one.
Well, take your time with Digimon. It's a fun game.
Yeah. Will I get the $30 DLC? It looks very unlikely. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, for Digimon,
For Legends DA, for Digimon, I
It's-
probably will get it.
it's $20 for Digimon for
Yeah, the entire season pass.
5 DLCs. Well, granted, each DLC is smaller in scope than the Pokemon, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and just for context, I bought Digimon for like $65. Pokemon ZA is $80. So I'm gonna treat it like an $80 game. So when the time comes for me to do an in-depth review, it will be treated like an $80 game.
Wait, I think Digimon was lower than $60 for our regional pricing.
I believe I got the
You got the with the DLC.
with one of the DLCs or something like
Oh,
that.
so maybe you do have the season pass.
So you got to see the pass.
Yeah.
But if you bought with that price point, it comes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't have to worry about the DLC then. You have it.
Here's a fun fact: a lot of publishers are pissed off that people are not buying $80 to $70 games and they're waiting for discounts. There
Well,
are statistics for that, and games are going cheaper.
well, that's your fault. Yeah,
Oh, and on top of that, since we are on Pokemon,
yeah.
there are a few new like monster catching games are coming out, and I really think they are putting Pokemon like
In their place.
like up for a proper challenge because we have Pal World,
Mm.
and so we also have a newer game called Animal.
Animal.
Was that the one that was revealed at the Game Awards? Okay.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And it's set to release on 2026.
Yeah. It looks like a really, really interesting game, honestly.
There is another game that was announced. Let me check the name again. No. Was it Sierra Leone? No. Hold on. And it's like I thought like we'd say bring these up because Tomo Endless Loop.
Tomo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are a lot of games that are coming up to get Pokemon.
Okay. And yeah, keep in mind that rumors are next year they will announce the next generation of Pokemon Gen 10.
We did talk about that.
Yeah, so if there are going to be all of these monster catching games, then next year might be the year of the monster catching games. Much to Pokemon's disdain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And yeah. I guess Pokemon, the company, will just have to face the music. Speaking of music. So Metroid Prime 4 is out. But that's not what's taken the headlines. So in the game, apparently you can ride through a desert on a motorbike. Now, someone on Twitter, I believe, or X or Reddit or something like that, said that this is awesome, but we need music with it. Boy, do I have news for you, my friend. You can get music with it.
What kind of music though?
What kind of music? Well, unfortunately, we will never know because the music is not free.
Wow.
So yeah, in order to get the music,
You
you
can.
have to buy a $30 amiibo.
An amiibo.
$30.
Yeah, you can just play the game with YouTube on the background.
Yeah, you could do that. It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, YouTube Premium is like what, $8 less.
Yeah. So you're asking the fans to pay for the soundtrack now? What the hell?
That's a new one.
Such a new law for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I've seen games charge extra for additional soundtracks.
Yeah.
Like Street Fighter 6 would charge you. Well, not charge. You can earn it using free currency, but you can also pay for soundtracks to the old Street Fighter games. But the Street Fighter 6 soundtrack itself is free.
You know what's the best soundtrack you can get out of a game you just buy off? Guilty Gear.
I mean, you don't have to pay for the Guilty Gear soundtrack, though. It's right there.
You just buy the game and you get the soundtrack.
The thing is, are we going to come to a point where free soundtrack is a marketing line? Like,
Well, to keep in mind, this is Nintendo. Yeah.
They're getting reason.
So, for example, for Legends ZA, if you want to get everything, including all the Mega Stones and all that, the base game is $80. Plus, you've got to pay $30 for the DLC, and then that's an extra, let's say, $20 for the online. So, at this point,
at what point are they going to start charging you for Seamus's gun? Like, you have to pay real money for ammo.
yeah. So here's the thing, with the amiibos, you don't just get the music track. You get some more in-game features. You get an energy shield that can block 99 damage, limited to just one use per day.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna enforce
One use per day?
per day.
So it's an online game. They have to track this somehow.
They have to track this somehow. So I'm assuming that it has to be tied to online for this to work.
Hey.
Yeah,
Well, the item has a set timer, so as it loses the shield.
probably,
Tips.
maybe, yeah. Maybe you use the shield once and then there's a 24-hour timer on it.
24-hour in-game or like real time?
That's the thing. The description just says once per day. But
Definitely not in game.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
yeah, so keep in mind this game also costs $80 already. But the game had released to actually some really good reviews from IGN says 8 out of 10. Nintendo Life says 8 out of 10. Google reviews, which is more important than the other two, because these are actual people reviewing the game. Actually, back then gave it 4.3 out of 5.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. And it has 80% on Metacritic, which is effectively 8 out of 10. All in all, yeah, I think this seems to be the only thing that people are baffled about. You want a soundtrack? Yeah, pay $30. Like, imagine if this is how they implement it in GTA. You want the radio? Well, guess what?
I mean, well, GTA's radio can get your account muted if you're live streaming the game.
Oh, yeah. They use a lot of licensed music, don't they?
Yes.
So. Well, on that note, do you have anything else to say before we end this?
What is there to say? Do you have something?
Well, I guess that's it for today then. In that case, first of all, as usual, we'd like to thank MSTV for lending us the equipment. Today, I'd like to thank Ali Salari for directing the entire thing and for not coughing as much as we thought he would. And yeah, as usual, thank you, Bitfrost, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. And well, we'll see you all hopefully next week. Bye.